This is a TMI, but man, my nipples, y'all, my nipples. Welcome to my pregnancy vlog. I am just about 24 weeks today, and this is my second pregnancy. And I want to talk to y'all today about things that nobody told me about being pregnant, but I've actually experienced some in my last pregnancy and some in this pregnancy. I want to fill y'all in on a few of these things because I feel like they're not talked about enough, and if you are on a journey to get pregnant or if you're currently pregnant, I just want to vibe with you on this and just let you know the ins and outs. So here we go. The first thing that nobody really talked about is your sense of smell. My sense of smell has been so freaking heightened, especially in the first trimester. My last pregnancy, my sense of smell was so strong. It was to the point where my husband could not wear his cologne. It grossed me out. It made me sick. And I'm just like, babe, you cannot wear that. Right now, it's not bad now that I'm in my second trimester. In my first trimester of this pregnancy, though, ooh, the smells. Like, there are certain stores I couldn't go into. My bathroom is kind of not super close to the living room, but I'm like, oh my God, if somebody uses the bathroom, please shut the door because it grosses me out. There are certain foods that I used to love to eat that the smell, I just can't do. The sense of smell is just, it's so extremely heightened during pregnancy, and I'm hoping that it subsides a little bit more in the second trimester because like still certain smells really gross me out. So did y'all know that morning sickness is not just in the morning? Why did nobody tell me this? They call it morning sickness, but it should be called all day sickness because I'll tell you, in my first trimester, I was sick as a dog. And it's not just in the morning, it is all freaking day. Combined with the sense of smell and just being here, being pregnant. Oh my gosh. I mean, the vomiting. I didn't have a hyperemesis gravidatum, but I know a lot of women struggle with that. And it's just a constant feeling or having to throw up like all day long. So morning sickness, y'all be saying it's in the morning. No, this is all day sickness. In my first trimester, I was sick all day long for weeks. I mean, some of my favorite foods, I would just look at them and I could just hurl. Now I'm doing so much better now that I'm 24 weeks. But morning sickness is all day sickness, baby. They don't tell you that, okay? So if you're in your first trimester, I'm hopeful for you that it gets better in your second trimester. But if you're dealing with that, there are medications you can take and things you can do to feel better. So just ask your doctor about that. Okay, so this is a TMI. But man, my nipples, y'all, my nipples. Last pregnancy, my nipples. Why do they get so? I'm telling you, these things is like like pencils poking out. Like your nipples get long and your areolas get big. And they might change color. Mine have changed color the second time around. My first pregnancy, my nipples were long and my areolas were dark. Like my skin tone isn't very dark, but yeah. That and just the changes in the body overall, like my vagina. Why is it so swollen? Why didn't y'all tell us about the nipples and the vagina changing? Now I get that your vagina is gonna swell, after you have the baby because things are coming out and all that, but why am I pregnant and my vagina swollen? Y'all didn't tell me about this shit. Is it just, I mean, because if you get a mirror and look down there, you're gonna be like, what is this? I mean, it's not for everybody, but definitely for me, like my vagina is swollen and it has been for weeks, and the doctor says, oh, it's just your hormones, it's perfectly normal. Okay, well, why did y'all tell me this shit? Oh goodness. So I noticed this more my second pregnancy, but it might take you a long time to actually look pregnant. Now what I mean is, like, I am 24 weeks now and I have a significant bump, but for the first, I don't know, I didn't really start showing until I was like maybe 17, 18 weeks, where it was like a significant, like, there's something going on there. Otherwise, you might not show for a long time. Some women, they don't show until their like third trimester. Some women, their bellies pop right away. I've heard that your second pregnancy, some people say that they show faster. Me, in my case, it took me a while to show, which I thought was interesting. But like I said, this is something that nobody told me. Your body is going to act how it wants. So even though you are pregnant and you very much feel pregnant and you have all the pregnancy symptoms, you might not have no bump at all. And I think that that is completely wild, because you tell folks you're pregnant and they're like, pregnant where? But me, for sure, I definitely have a belly this time around. It just took a little while. So if you are like in your first trimester and you're still not showing, don't worry, friends. It's gonna happen sooner or later. Okay, so when you tell people you're pregnant, you will get the most unsolicited advice ever. Whether it comes from your parents, your family members, your friends, random people in the street. As soon as you're pregnant, people just feel like they need to get in your business. Not only are people weird in public, like folks love pregnant people and they love to touch pregnant people, but they give you the advice that like, did I ask you about that? Like, people, when I tell them I'm having a little girl, they're like, oh, you are gonna be in for it, da 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 da. I already have a son, and my son has been a great kid, but it is something, when you tell people that you're having a girl, they just, I mean, they think that you're gonna go through hell with that little girl. Oh, the attitude, and you have to deal with period and dating and all this stuff. And I'm just thinking like, okay, like, is raising a boy like much easier? Because y'all just make raising a boy like that sound like a piece of cake, and raising a little girl is like hell. Yo, I didn't even ask you that. Like, why are you telling me that? Now, if you tell people that you're gonna have a medicated pregnancy, or that you might want an epidural or something like that, oh, well, I had my baby natural. Okay, well, good for you. Like, I don't care if you had your baby natural. This is my plan for my birth, and that is what happened with your birth, and that is just great. People will try to tell you to do things a certain way, to feed the baby a certain way, oh, to put rice cereal in the formula, like to do all this shit that you never even asked for their advice. They're gonna tell you anyway, so just be prepared for that. Because I learned my last pregnancy, people will tell you things, and they sure do still do it the second time around. Even though I'm already a mom, they still feel like since you're pregnant that they can have some sort of input and that their opinion matters. Now, you can be like me and tell them like, okay, thanks, like I really don't care. You're welcome to take their advice. Or you can just dust it off and just keep it moving. It's gonna happen, so I just want you to know that. Let me add this little quick one in. My last pregnancy, I was wearing a size 9. Now, why didn't y'all tell me that my feet were gonna grow a whole half a size? Now these days, my size 9 shoes, they do not fit comfortably whatsoever. I have had to increase to a size 9.5. I am terrified that this pregnancy is gonna make me a size 10 shoe. I have all these cute shoes and sneakers and flats and all this stuff that I am not gonna be able to wear once again because my feet have grown. So I am really hoping this time around that my feet do not grow another half size. Your feet may grow. Yes, they swell, but they might grow an entire half a size or a size, and then it just doesn't go back. That's just your normal size now. So please be aware of that. Nobody told me that. And the last one is for my over-consumers, because I swear that was me on my first pregnancy. You do not need all of that stuff. You don't need it. You don't need it. When you are having a baby, I will tell you, there are some things that like make life easier. I get that. But there are some things like you just really don't need. Why do you need a wipe warmer? Can you tell me why you need a wipe warmer? Because the baby's gonna care if the wipes are room temperature? Like things like a wipe warmer, excessive amount of clothing, because these babies grow so fast. I mean, if you want to go buy the $5,000 stroller, you're more than welcome. Baby, I will tell you that they all do the same thing. As long as it's safe for the kid, and it's, it's comfortable, and you can get it out of the car when you need to, it's really what you need. But yeah, like all the excessive things and making these baby registries full of hundreds of items, I will tell you there are so many things from my first pregnancy that I had never even opened and used that I thought I would need, that I never did. So just keep that in mind. If you maybe are on a budget, or maybe money's a little bit tight or something like that, make yourself a decent list, and I can actually do a second video of this, of just things that you're absolutely gonna need, that baby needs, like your stroller, a safe car seat, diapers, wipes, a decent amount of clothes, all this other excessive consumer driven stuff, like all the extra things you really do not need. I really hope you guys enjoyed this video. There are just a lot of things when you get pregnant that nobody tells us about. And since this is my second pregnancy, I wouldn't say that I'm a pro, but I have learned a little bit here and there. And I figured that this would be helpful information for all of my new moms and moms to be out there. So thank you so much for watching. If you found this video helpful, please give it a thumbs up. Don't forget to subscribe. And I do have a video that I will add here on the screen. That is my pregnancy vlog about my second trimester and halfway through my pregnancy, and how things are going so far. Thanks for watching, and I hope you have a beautiful day.